G'day Internet and welcome to the final video for the dumpster fire that has been 2020. It is currently the 30th of December that I'm recording this and I thought it would be a good opportunity to have a bit of a look back on the year, a catch up on some projects that I've fiddled with after recording videos, and maybe take a look at some of the upcoming projects for the new year. So let's get to it. So one of the biggest changes to the channel has obviously been moving out here from my study inside. Now, it isn't all fun and games being, well, my garage. Things do get a little dusty and dirty and requires lots of cleaning. And the other thing is I can't record when it's raining because of the tin roof. But it has given me a lot more space and it is a better place to work in. The other big thing has been that I started Patreon. Now, let me start by sending a massive thank you to all my Patreons. It hasn't just been the financial support, but also the moral support as well. When I do kind of get down a little, they're there to kind of go, no, it's fine, keep going, and all the rest of it. So a huge thank you to those guys. I have received a few gifts from Patreons, but I have to give a special shout out to Dinty, g'day mate, who, when I posted on Twitter about the Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch and how it sold out in seconds and they all ended up in the hands of scalpers, he took pity on me and sent me one all the way from America. And here it is here. So here is the Game & Watch. I'm not going to do a full review on it because it's been reviewed a million times already. But the short version is it's obviously modelled after the original Game & Watch, and it runs Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2 and an original Game & Watch game called Ball. It's not a bad little device. I mean, let's be honest, it's more of a collector's item than anything else. And I do kind of wish that instead of Ball they had squeezed Mario Brothers 3 on it, but here it is anyway. Now, shipping that Game & Watch all the way from America via USPS was not without fault. It actually got to the point where both of us simply thought that it had been lost because the tracking just stopped. And then all of a sudden it just showed up in my parcel locker. But it had actually gotten to the point where Dinty obviously felt bad that I was going to miss out on a Game & Watch again, and sent me something else, and that is this ODroid Go Advance. So here's the ODroid Go Advance, and it's actually quite a nice little machine. It comes as a kit, which I did start filming, and it kind of turned out like, well, like this. But it's actually not a bad machine. Now, I've got a few devices that run RetroPie and other versions of Emulation Station. This particular one's running EMU Elec. But all in all, they're all very similar. But it's nice. I mean, it will play PlayStation 1 okay. I've spent a little bit of time playing my favourite Need for Speed game. And it's not a bad machine. It can be a little fiddly. My main tip is to use a very high quality micro SD card. Don't use anything cheap and nasty because it has been known to have issues with that. But all in all, it's quite a nice machine. So once again, thank you very much, Dinty, for your wonderful gifts. Thank you. The other big thing that's been happening with the channel is collaborations. Obviously this year I discovered that Marc from TheRetroChannel only lives like 10 minutes away. So we've managed to do a few things and plan to do more in the new year. And SepTandy had its second run and it was bigger and better than ever. And thank you Clint from LGR from jumping in and everyone else who did. I think it went really well. We got a lot of different insights to Tandy products and was able to highlight them as opposed to the 1001 Apple, Commodore and IBM videos that there are on YouTube. So that went really well. So the discussion around SepTandy then led into DOScember. Now, let me just start that I don't want this to end up where every month has a theme. Even that would drive me nuts. But DOScember seemed good and Clint was quite enthusiastic about it and so was everyone else. So for the month of December, obviously, we've been doing MS-DOS based videos. Now I've done a couple and there's a whole bunch of others as well, and I'm going to put links to everyone who's involved in SepTandy and DOScember down in the description below. DOScember kicked off with a Zoom call with many other YouTubers in it, and about 3 seconds before the camera rolled, I got nominated to MC it, which was fun and nerve-wracking, but I think it actually went very well considering it was thrown together right at the last minute. So that's kind of been it for the channel. We're closing in on 5,000 subs, which is very exciting. So I'll take this opportunity to thank everyone who has watched, subscribed, commented on any of my videos, and so thank you very much. While we're in the mood for thank yous, there's a couple of shout outs I'd like to give. Now, quick side note, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. They've just been incredibly nice to me. Mainly it's to Jason at Melbourne Console Reproductions, Ian at The Right Stuff, and Derek Osborne, who's on Tindy. I'll put links in the description below. Mainly for helping me out with odds and sods and little devices that I've used to create much of my video. So thank you. Now, moving on to previous projects, you possibly remember the Microbyte, the Australian XT clone all-in-one machine. It's behaving fine, it's all happy. The keyboard still plays up every now and again, but for the most part, it's a nice, happy machine. Now, the update for this is I managed to pick up an original Microbyte monitor. Now, I'm sure this is just a generic monitor with a Microbyte badge slapped on the front of it, but it is nice to get a little closer to completing this machine. I do believe that there was a Microbyte branded mouse, which would be nice to go with this machine, but it's slowly edging closer to completion. Now, speaking of completing computers, I now have the proper color monitor for my Amstrad 464. And a big thanks has to go out to Henry, a fellow Australian collector, who gave me the heads up on it. And together with the 464 makes for quite a nice matching system. If you remember back to SepTandy last year, one of the videos I did was adding a Fred, as it's colloquially known, or Fred, F-R-E-H-D, to my Model 3. Now, only a few months ago, I managed to pick up this Model 4, which is nice, because now I have a Model 1, 3, and 4, and the 4P. So as a quick update to the Fred, Ian sent me a boot ROM for this machine, and it's now happily running the Fred as well. Let's move on to some future projects. Just recently, I picked up this Texas Instruments TI-99-4A. It's obviously the later beige cost-reduced model, but I've never owned a TI-99 before. When I got it, I only got the machine. I have since sourced a power supply for it, although I still may try and come up with a modern solution for that. The power supply is pretty old. And I'm currently waiting on parts to get some kind of reasonable video out of this machine. Being a PAL model, there is no composite out of the back of it. It simply gives what is essentially component video, but it's not YPRPB, whatever it is. It's the other one, YUV. So that's being a bit of a challenge. Coming up very soon is going to be this, which is a prototype that I've already made. This is a Apple II to IBM PC joystick adapter that you can make yourself. It's literally got a bit of perf board in it and some components. That video will probably be coming out quite soon. And it's mainly because I don't have any Apple II joysticks, but I have plenty of IBM PC 15-pin analog ones. So that's coming soon. And finally, my micro bees, which I have long promised to Adrian Black that I would feature on the channel. There's actually a third one, which is at work. And these all work in bits. So all of them need some work. This one thinks that it's a banana, it is so orange, but I promise here and now on the channel that sometime in 2021 I will finally get to these machines. So there you go, there is a quick wrap up of 2020, not just in regards to the channel, but a few acquisitions that have completed some of the machines from the past, and a quick look at some of the projects coming in 2021. Thank you very much to everyone for your support over this year. It has been greatly appreciated, especially through some of the down times. It's been a rough year for everyone. But if you like the video, click like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. As mentioned previously, you can now find me on Patreon, link in the description. And it wouldn't be an end of year video with some outtakes, so I will leave you with those and see you in the next one. And today we're going to perform a couple of small upgrades. We're going to build... Today we're going to... Hello. All right, I just need to record one more bit. All right? Now, g'day. Guess it didn't do as much damage as... It didn't do anything! That just occurred to me. That's spinning the wrong way. Hang on a sec, didn't I just turn the volume off? G'day, Internet. This is a quick test to see if the microphone still has any battery. I just fucking did this. And I'm really happy that I've got it running in my links and I'm holding it upside down. And I'll see you in the next one. And I didn't mention the price. Nope. Right, let's try that again. I thought, damn it, the original 2 gig hard drive had died, and now the dog's barking. A mad kind of head scratching. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a dog being walked.